citizens' resolution calling for nuclear-armed South Korea and withdrawal of the decision to kill the nation's nuclear power industry. Pyongyang's nuclear ambition has already crossed the point of no return. Pyongyang is not likely to agree on a fully verifiable denuclearization. Even if it does agree so, the communist regime will never fail to violate it and continue to pursue a nuclear weapon state status. Currently, North Korea is the world's 9th nuclear weapon state with up to 60 nuclear weapons and capability to produce about 10 nuclear warheads annually. North Korea has put tremendous effort also to develop delivery vehicles, making itself a formidable missile power with a gamut of missiles in hands including ICBMs and SLBMs. Unfortunately, however, the Moon Jae-in administration has continued reverse driving, such as the ill-timed downsizing of ROK armed forces, signing in 2018 of the treasonous September 9 inter-Korean military agreement that made South Korea much more vulnerable to the North's surprise attack, and the decision to dismantle the nuclear power industry that constitutes the nation's valuable asset, not only in economic and environmental aspects, but in security and defense front, thus violating its duties specified in the Constitution. In the areas of foreign affairs, the Moon government still hangs on pro-North Korea and pro-China policy lines, undermining the ROK-US alliance and the ROK-US-Japan security cooperation structure that has provided this nation with security and prosperity. With this being the case, we at the citizens calling for nuclear-armed South Korea and withdrawal of the decision to kill the nation's nuclear power industry strongly condemn the Moon Jae-in administration for misleading its people with a fake peace and for doing nothing against the North's nuclear threat. So we urge as follows. First, the Moon government must apologize to the people that it has deceived people with the scheming words such as denuclearization, blood relations, peace, etc., and let the nation taken a hostage by the North's nuclear blackmail. If the Moon has done so because it seeks so-called low-level freedom, low-level federation unification, then it must confess it to the public and wait for the historical and legal judgment. Second, if the Moon Jae-in administration wants to prove itself working for its people, it must come up with a short and long-term security solutions to protect the nation and people from the North's nuclear threat, and should make a start immediately for a nuclear armament for self-defense. The Moon administration should declare that South Korea will no longer tolerate the inter-Korean nuclear asymmetry and announce that South Korea's pursuit of nuclear weapons belongs to the self-defense right stipulated in the Article 51 of the United Nations Charter. Third, the Moon Jae-in administration must discard immediately that freaky decision to phase out the nation's nuclear power plants. We do not know who initiated the mysterious decision and who or what country are targeted beneficiaries. For South Korea, atomic power has been cheap and clean energy not emitting greenhouse gases and valuable future potential in terms of national security. Therefore, the decision to shut down nuclear power plants and stop building the Korea standard nuclear power plants is not what a sane government can make. The Moon government should scrap the decision right away and switch to a policy bolstering the nuclear power industry. In addition, we, along with all other South Koreans who love the nation, resolve as follows. First, pursuant to the stipulation in the Constitution, The government of the Republic of Korea should protect the nation and its people through both independent and alliance capabilities. We firmly resolve that we will not recognize any government that turns a blind eye to this constitutional obligation as our government, and that we will condemn and throw it away through the power of the people guaranteed by the Constitution. Second, taking note of impossibility of complete denuclearization of North Korea and development of the neo-Cold War international order under which China and Russia connive at or virtually support the Pyongyang's nuclear army, we confirm and reconfirm that nuclear parity must be the only and best way to safeguard peace and stability from the North's nuclear might. We also take note that someday the US and its Asian allies may need a nuclear-armed freedom alliance in order to check increasing threatening Chinese expansionism and its strategic collaboration with the nuclear-armed allies, Russia and North Korea. Therefore, we confirm that South Korea needs government that pursues nuclear capabilities to meet all possible circumstances requiring redeployment of the US tactical nukes, independent nuclearization to achieve a nuclear parity on the peninsula, or formation of a nuclear-armed freedom alliance for a regional strategic balance. Any South Korean government refusing this security task will be subject to our condemnation. Third, it was a traitorous decision to stop building Korean standard nuclear power plants, renowned for highest standards, the cheapest price, and 60-year-long life cycle. Particularly, the recent government decision to dismantle Walsung-1 reactor, for which the previous government spent 700 billion won to extend its lifespan for another 20 years, must be a dirty ploy to erase legacy of a former president, Park Chung-hee, who initiated construction of the nation's first heavy water reactor with so many patriotic thoughts and passion. Anyway, we now strongly resolve that we, with the power given by the Constitution, we will stop the Moon government if it continues. Under some sophistry nobody understands, killing of the nuclear power industry policy. January 17th, 2020. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.